Hello, welcome once again to my channel. My channel is called Serenity and Strength, and it covers my widowhood journey together with my single parenting and wellness journeys. If you are an old subscriber, welcome once again. If you have not subscribed, I'll ask that you kindly do so. And as I always say, subscribing does not cost you anything. What it will do is that it will help us as a channel. Also, as new episodes are recorded, they'll come to you automatically. You will not need to look for them. So do subscribe, like, and share. Do also comment. I'd love to see your comments, because what we're trying to do is to create a community that supports each other for any kind of experiences that you may need to go through in the widowhood, single parenting journey, and also in any wellness journey that you may undertake. So in giving comments and supporting each other, we hope to make those journeys easier. I'll also share a telephone number where you can either text or WhatsApp to make it easier for those who wish to give comments anonymously. My name is Joyce Onyango. In case you have not been able to watch some of the earlier episodes, I would request that you kindly do so, as you may be able to get some learnings from them. At the same time, it will help to bring you up to speed in the story line. The two earlier recordings or so was where I was still covering what took place during the funeral while we were still at home. And I think I reached the point where it was the second day after the funeral, because the day after the funeral we had the meeting which discussed the issue of inheritance, which I discussed quite extensively in one of the other episodes, I think in two of the other episodes actually. And after that, the delegation from Uganda left. That was my sisters, my cousins, my aunties, my friends. They left and went back. And I remained with my older sister and also my brother. The two of them had met us in Eldoret and had traveled together with us home to Alego. So when the others went back, they remained with us. During the course of the funeral, we had hired catering services, and they cooked throughout the funeral, and also were included the day after the funeral. The day after the funeral was the last day that they cooked, so they left the next day very early in the morning. Now, on that day, which was the second day after the burial, I was brought things for cooking and told that we're going to have to cook for ourselves. My sister did not look very comfortable with what they were saying, and that was because normally with us, what happens is that when somebody is bereaved, they're actually taken care of. For the person, it's just for them to say whatever they want done, and it gets done for them. They're not actually put under that stress of having to do any kind of physical work. So she found it rather, she was quite amazed that such a thing was being requested of us. But I told her that it's okay, we'll just do it, because I recalled what happened during my son's funeral when I was also made to undergo such a thing where I had to cook for myself and for my late husband. So we brought things for making breakfast, which I made. And then after that, after we'd had breakfast, now it was, they brought things for what was supposed to cook for lunch. Now, at that point in time, my husband's family, his side of the family were all there, including quite a number of girls who were actually much younger than me. My husband being the firstborn, I was actually older than all of them. And I was brought what I recall the packets of wheat flour. I think there were 2 or 3 of them, which was about like 4 or 6 kilos. And I was told that I was supposed to cook chapati. Now, chapati is, for those who may not know, it is similar to roti, which is cooked by that Indian food, which is roti. I don't know what else I would call it. Maybe naan, similar to naan, but it's much bigger. And given the number of packets that were brought to me, it meant that I was supposed to cook at least 50, 50 to 60 of them or more even. So I looked at it, and my sister was also there. I could see her face. She was looking very, very disturbed. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I be cooking this number of chapati, which means I'm actually cooking for everybody in the homestead? It had been a very intense 11 days because my husband had passed on 11th of July. That was a Tuesday night, and the burial was on 22nd of July on a Saturday. So I had been running mainly on adrenaline with very good support from my friend in Botswana and the other friends. And then also now with my sister and brother, and then also those who came to support us. So I was still in a state of high anticipation, not knowing what was going to happen. And therefore, I was still emotionally very vulnerable. And having had the burial on a Saturday, and this was actually just Monday, just 2 days after the burial, and then now I was being asked to cook more or less for everybody, or to make chapati for everybody. And really, I think I was just too overwhelmed to do that kind of a thing. And normally, from what I knew, it would not be expected that the person who is actually in mourning, who is bereaved, is the one to start cooking for everybody, even if it is just one item. Still, normally we know that they're the ones who are looked after in every way. And therefore, I just felt that it was not right. I didn't even have the energy or the mindset to start doing that kind of a thing. Emotionally, I'm not really there where I'm supposed to be. And even physically, I was so exhausted. So I just told myself, something just came to my mind. And I can just say that it's God who just told me, just don't accept it. Don't accept it. So I just told the person, in fact, I didn't even take those packets of wonga. We call the wheat flour wonga. So I did not actually take those packets of wonga. I just left them in the hands of the person who had brought them and told them, you know what? I am not cooking chapati. I'm not cooking chapati. Can you take them back, those packets that you brought, and bring me rice instead? I saw their face. They looked a little bit shocked, but they took back the wonga and they brought me rice. And I cooked rice and whatever, I can't remember the stew, but with other stew. And eventually what happened when it was time for lunch, actually, they got somebody else to cook the chapati and we brought some chapati to eat. Yeah. So that for me was something which was always in my mind. Whenever I see chapati, in fact, for me, it's always like I termed it, or I baptized it, the Chapati Moment, because I'm thinking, why am I being subjected to this? Why am I being made or trying to be made to cook for everybody. It was just upside down as far as I was concerned. Then another thing that happened is that after we had cooked, and I cooked for myself, my siblings, and also my children, then I was sent some other children and told that they came, that they had been told that they come and they eat with us. So I said, no, I haven't cooked for them. I've cooked for ourselves. And if there are all those other people there, why should I be cooking for additional people when in fact we are supposed to be looked after? So I told them, no, go back to whoever sent you and you go and you eat with them. So they went and they didn't come back. So in such circumstances, I think one of the things that is very important is that throughout you need to pray. Pray that whatever things are happening, God guides you to be able to respond appropriately. Because to me, it is just not right that you should be subjected to such things, and you should be able to stand up against whatever they're trying to subject you to, which is not in your best interest. At this point in time, my interest is myself and my children. And even to have me cook for my siblings, who actually at that point in time are visitors, I don't think it was quite correct, or expect my siblings to also now join me in the cooking. I don't think that was correct. But nevertheless, my speaking out meant that I was not subjected to such. Today, I'm covering moringa and yogurt, and it is Greek yogurt. I used to take plain yogurt, but after developing lactose intolerance, I switched to plain Greek yogurt. I take 4 heaped tablespoons of the yogurt and 1 teaspoonful of moringa powder, and I mix it. I normally let it warm up first. I don't take cold items, that is fridge food which is cold, and I just mix them. But if you're taking it for the first time, do take just half a teaspoonful and see how your body reacts. Greek yogurt, I found, has got more proteins than the normal yogurt, so it delivers roughly double the protein of regular yogurt, and it helps to keep you full longer and aids muscle repair. It has lower carbs and sugar, and you'll find that for all yogurt, you're going to have stronger bones, as it supplies you with vital minerals, and including calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, and others to support bone density. Both together, they support gut health. Also, you'll find that they're all packed with antioxidants, and also they may support healthy cholesterol with blood sugar control. Both of them together help support the immune system and may help weight management. Both are good for the heart, and actually with moringa it's also anti-inflammatory, and you'll find that both of them are also good sources of important nutrients. And with moringa itself, it has brain and nerve protection. Anti-cancer research actually shows that with moringa, it does have an impact on slowing tumor cells. You can, for variety, add fresh berries or bananas or even nuts such as chia seeds or ground flaxseed, and a sprinkle of cinnamon and even chopped walnuts and almonds would actually give you a very good taste. If you are interested in actually making sure that you have good heart health, maintain muscle strength, and also support your healthy cholesterol, then plain Greek yogurt with a little bit of moringa is very good for you. The best time to eat it is as breakfast. It provides lasting energy and helps to keep you full. Mid-morning or afternoon snack, that helps to curb hunger between meals. After exercises, the protein supports muscle recovery. Caution is advised if you're taking meds for BP or diabetes, and also it's not advisable to take it during pregnancy. Do enjoy. Tell me how you found it and what combinations of the nuts and fruits worked for you. Do subscribe, like, and share, and also let me have your comments. Bye, and I'll see you in the next.